really.
Did you already find them?
No, but I'll look. What's good, Cheese Snobs?
I'll start searching too.
And we're back. New month, new theme. Women's leading horror for Women's History Month. And kicking it off with two franchises, of course, because this is a versus. It's a versus, as you guys can see. And Resident Evil vs. Underworld. And the reason why I'm doing these two films, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did ask ChatGPT. But another reason is, and this is gonna this goes from like a reason to a question. The reason is because Resident Evil was the movies. I was like, "Hey, you know what? I got to get them out of my system. I got I got to watch them more so like excuse me for coughing, sorry. It's more so like of I want to watch them but I don't. You know what I mean? After hearing like people that are diehard Resident Evil fans as far as the game goes, being a fan of the franchise myself, but not I won't say I'm a diehard, I'd be a liar. And like hearing how they feel about the film and compared to the movie, or like the movie compared to the games, and you're just like, fuck, man, I don't want to see that shit. So, so I avoided it for like 20 years.
Yeah, I get it because they don't have a really good streak by a video game to a movie, making it really good. You know, it's hard. They're getting a little better now. Like I didn't mind the Mortal Kombat, the newer one. Even though I like the original because that was old school. That's childhood shit.
I'd say, but Street Fighter was garbage.
Street Fighter was trash. That's the only reason is because they didn't stick with the normal story of the game. It was told the story was so stupid.
What's good, Grandizer?
Sonics are good.
The Sonics are dope.
But it's really not like the game, though. The game, like you said, you just run across the screen, go in circles, collecting coins, jumping over shit.
Well, two things. One, I took a hit right before we went live, and I got a little head cold going on, but I'm good.
Fucking, what was I say? Or what else? But when they go to TV shows,
The Last of Us was phenomenal, yo.
Yeah, they do good with the TV shows.
I'm gonna
movies not so good.
Speaking of The Last of Us, the new season's dropping. Season 2 is dropping April 13th.
Yep.
It's gonna be on HBO and it's gonna be on Max again, like how it was for the original, for the first season. I'm gonna rewatch. I want to rewatch season 1, which I'll probably be starting in the very near future, maybe even like this Sunday, and watch it from then on till I want the last Sunday of it to be the week before season 2 starts. That way, it's super fucking fresh in my mind, and just watch it all the way through live. What's good, Ronell?
Yeah, that's a good show. Me and my wife watched that one together. She even likes it.
I would say same, but my wife's a huge horror fan. It's an excellent show. It's an excellent show. Shit. Speaking of good shows, you know what I'm pissed off about, James? Teacup.
Oh, they canceled it. I know.
I didn't even watch. I watched the first 7 episodes, I think 6 or 7. I
watched the first 5, I think.
But I'm just like, what the fuck, yo?
As soon as I heard it canceled, I stopped watching it.
Say that again?
As soon as I heard it got canceled, there's no season 2, I stopped watching it.
I feel like I gotta complete it.
I had that same feeling, but now the motivation's not there anymore because I know it's going to leave on a cliffhanger, and you're going to be like, you fucking piece of shit.
True. Which sucks.
Yeah.
Which does suck, but how you doing though, man?
Doing
I feel
good.
like it's been forever. It's only been a few days. You know what it is? Because we don't see each other in the office as much as should, I'll say. But
also been quiet on the chat and everything too, Facebook and chat.
Same. We all have been. It's funny how group chats work. Which if you have your group chats with your good friends and all that stuff, let me know if yours are like this at times. Some days I'm just like, I wish these guys would shut the fuck up. And the other days I'm like, yo, what the fuck? What is everybody up? What's going on with everybody today? Why is everybody so fucking quiet? I end up thinking about why the fuck am I so fucking quiet today? And it's not. It can even be just on a regular, let's just say on a Saturday, you're just chilling, not doing anything, right? Saturday evening or whatever. Before the show, even there's just some days where like the whole day, and it's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know because I'll be in other conversations at times, or talking maybe, or it'll be talking like one or two people from the group for just like random shit. Like it could be like three things for that whole day, but the group chat's quiet. Then there's days like where you chill with your wife or whatever, and the group chat is just going nuts. I'm like,
Nuts,
what
yeah.
the fuck? Where was this
Same
when I
thing,
was
my
when I was
now people
bored?
my wife goes, "Why don't you just mute it?" I was like, "That's too much work." I'll just, like, just ignore it. Or if I open it up, I
Mhm.
see what the hell's going on, like someone posts a TikTok or something,
Yeah.
I'll like it or something, but I don't comment. I'm quiet. I don't put shit.
It varies. Like, there's times where I'll just set my shit down. A lot of times I'll just set it down and then just kind of just chill. It varies though.
Yeah, it
But
happens.
then I'll just try to catch back up, say later on that day or that night or the next day, catch back up on it. I'm like, what the fuck? How did it go from here to here to here to
It's
here?
in a way, it's the same thing when you're younger, like, you're chilling in the house and your friend calls you or comes to your door, you go, "Hey, you wanna come out and play?" You're like, "Nah, I'm
Mhm.
not feeling it today, man."
Just chill. You can come
Same thing.
over though.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
similar, very similar in a sense. Very similar in a sense. No, not this. This isn't on Discord today, but we do have some fun stuff going on in Discord. We do have some fun stuff, which I know I keep saying I'm gonna get my Patreon link. Mick, if you're still out there, let's work on that tomorrow because I want to put that on my Patreon, which would be on a free tier, of course. But so people hop on my Patreon, join the Discord, and come join the fun over there. Have a nice, cool, friendly community. If you're not friendly, peace.
Facts.
Yeah, as far as if you want to talk shit about a movie and all that, that's cool. But you know what I mean, people. We all know what we mean. But I guess we could dive into these movies and just to give you guys a reminder of what we are going to be discussing. Resident Evil and Underworld from 2002 and 2004 respectively, I believe.
I believe so too.
Um so Resident Evil for me was a first time watch. Again, we went through the whole spiel about it and why. But honestly, I gotta say this. I gotta admit this. I'm not gonna say I didn't hate the movie.
Same.
Um,
But it's not good at the same time.
no, but I'll say it's better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
Um,
I knew you weren't going to hate them because you had this thing like we were talking about earlier, the video game, and you're like the adaptation of it, and you're like,
mhm.
they're gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna hate it. But I was like, they're not horrible. They're like, okay. They're like you can sit back and relax and just mindless watch.
Yeah,
Right?
you could say. I agree. I do agree with the mindless watch thing.
Not a lot of thinking power. It's like that what they're doing, what they're going for. There's like no hitting like secret shit you gotta think about, solving puzzles. They're trying to get the fuck out.
Yeah,
That's basically what it is.
they're trying to get the fuck out.
Um, I could say this, I'm a better fan of Underworld for this
Same.
movie.
For the first two films, which we're gonna do how we did with Friday the 13th and all the other verses, for each film, we're gonna give our honest ratings and opinions and all that good stuff. To answer your question, Grandizer, I I started off with part 5 as far as the Resident Evil games go. I played 5, 6, and 7. Played a little bit of 8, but I played 5, 6, and 7 like all the way through. Played 1 and 2 here and there, like part 3 here and there,
I
and
played
like
1,
Resident
2,
Evil
3
0.
when I was younger. PlayStation 2.
Which I do want to get the originals, and I would love to go through those. But
Never
the
played the
game
new
is
ones.
it's especially if you play the first one. I don't know how to explain the story. It's just it's a really good like horror type of game or like a scary feel type of game. That set
You
the
gotta go in
bar
certain
for
buildings,
it.
go find like fucking letters in a desk,
Oh yeah.
get
Oh,
key
it's
cards
an
to open
amazing
doors.
franchise. It's amazing. It's an amazing franchise, and
Then
what
you
how
got
it's
fucking I remember
entertaining.
the is it part 1? I remember because it's like kind of like the movie with the dogs. I remember you go down this one fucking thing and the dogs just bust through the
Like the
fucking window.
hallway, yeah. Oh
You're
my
like,
god,
"What
that's
the
in, like,
fuck?"
all of them.
First time
But
you
yeah, I
see that, you're
believe
like, "Oh, shit." I just started holding the fucking gun trigger. I lost all my ammo on fucking, like, 3 dogs.
I believe
'Cause
it.
I was like, "Oh, shit." They just
Because
kept
those
on going.
bastards they jump and run, they're fast.
Yeah,
It's like,
they're
what the
fucking
fuck?
quick
In
as
the game,
fuck.
in if you play in the original one is a slow game in a sense, but some of them things, like, those are fast.
Yeah, they're the fastest thing, yeah, they're animals that run, yeah. Yeah, I was like, "Holy shit." My sister, I remember she was a little younger at the time, maybe 7, and she was watching me play the game. When those dogs jumped through the fucking window, man, she
Scared the fuck out of you.
fucking ran out of the fucking room so quick. I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Hey," I was like, "You wanna watch it? I died. I wanna go back to that part." She's like, "Nope." Scared the shit out of her. But
Oh,
no, I like those games, but not really. They're not like
oh, I love them,
I
but
I don't know,
you
I
know what
could
it
never
is?
get into them.
I I got a question for you with those type of games, like the Resident Evil type of games. Say if you had a good friend that you were hanging out with or whoever, it doesn't even matter
Oh,
who.
I did that. That's how I beat the first one. It was me and my, best friend at the
I
time.
would just say even, like, for me, that's the type of game, like, if I'm sitting down watching somebody play, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Oh, no, I can watch people play games, yeah, like, if once I'm like, "Oh, that's too much for me, I don't wanna start that," or especially, like, they had, like, the 3rd one, you never played them at all. I'm the type of
Yeah,
person that's like, I can't just start part
from
4
see,
because I don't know how anything works, how the fucking controllers work, what's the trigger or anything, and people from the
the
game
story.
from the first yeah, the story, but when people started from the 1st game and they get to the 4th game, they're like a fucking master at them.
Yeah, I get what you mean with that. I get what you mean with that.
So, yeah, I was never so I watch, but part 1 I did play, but when it got after that, like part 1 and 2, maybe 3, I played some, but after that, I was just watching people play. I was like they're
Yeah.
like, "You wanna try?" I'm like, "Nah." I was like, you're in a part of the, game where much is not going on. You're, like, searching through drawers and shit. You're trying
Mhm.
to find a letter, note, secrets, or something. It's nothing like until you get to the chaos where there's zombies everywhere and
I'm gonna tell you guys something. For those of you who haven't been watching me, game these past couple of weeks, looking like a chocolate coward, listen, there's this game, Phasmophobia, I've been playing, which I did get another game on Steam called, I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's
I
another
wanna
horror
play
game
that so
that, um, you should get we'll talk.
bad. Yeah.
But it's
They
a
don't have
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, that game gets me damn near every time I play it, and I love that fact. I just love that about it.
now picture that because it's so realistic, like someone really going ghost hunting. So if you could do the game, why can't you do it in real?
That's different. I'm not saying I couldn't. Okay, if I were to do it in real life, here's what I'm gonna need: a few friends, definitely, and someone that knows what the hell they're doing. There has to be like a professional type of person there, or someone that knows the hell they're doing. I do know somebody that. The thing is, I do know somebody legit does that. And if you were legit down to go on something like that one of these times, and they could link us up, we can get a few friends.
Mm.
We should do it. So you know exactly what I'm talking about, Grandizer. I that game could be a little rough at times for me. I'm not gonna lie, it could be a little rough, but you know
He
what?
wears
It's
it
fun.
he got to wear, depends when he plays it because he pees himself a lot.
This guy. I'm good.
Uh,
I'm good when it comes to that. I'm good when it comes to that. I'll just get up and go. But yo, I'll
so
be
how
right back.
so the first also this is the first Resident Evil.
Uh-huh.
How close is it to the game, you think?
I don't think it's
But I can't
it's
remember. I know the dog part. I remember the dog part, kinda. Like I said, jumping through the windows and shit. It
yeah.
could have been the same scenario, like the same, like
I mean,
how she found the dogs. I
there's
remember that
there
fucking. I
what
remember
I
that
will
fucking.
say is the umbrella
Uh,
thing
yeah, the
and
umbrella. Oh, yeah, that's 100%. Yeah,
that
that's the
the
corporation.
T virus,
T virus.
just zombies in general, but not necessarily how the story's going.
I remember that creature, the mutation in the
The
first one
lickers.
because yeah, because that's the yeah, those fucking things. And the thing is, the game had more than one.
Well, the game, the liquor, I don't remember what.
Was there more than one liquor, or was it just certain scenarios, certain areas you were at? It was there.
Well,
You're like,
see,
oh
I
fuck.
see, I started from part 5, so in
Oh
part
yeah,
5,
that's
there was
right.
liquors,
Yeah, that's
and there
right.
was a bunch of them
I
sons
can't
of
remember,
bitches
but I
in there.
remember that thing, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh fuck.
But
Um,
and we have to talk about this really quick. Matter of fact, before we even dive into this, let's dive into our early ratings to see
okay,
if our ratings change from now till,
all right.
we just like before we hop on to the next movie, before we end the show, of course. And James, you want to kick it off?
Yep, I didn't hate it. It was okay, so I'm just gonna give it a 5
Okay.
for
I
now.
will give it. I'll give it a 4 for now. Which again, you know how sturdy rates from a
Yeah,
negative
you're
to a
you
positive
got
can be.
negatives and shit, yeah.
So giving any movie a positive is saying a fuck ton for me, in a sense. And negatives, those are just movies that just piss me the hell off. Like if we would
Mm.
have rated, I can't think of the title right now, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. The English Patient,
Oh,
off of anger and rage, that would have been like a -7. That was terrible. That was a bad movie.
my thing is just so boring.
That too, but it was a bad movie, bad story. Anyway, we're not talking about that bullshit. We're talking about Resident Evil.
So so I'm gonna say this out of the way now because I know people are like, "But it was 2002." I
Yes, let's
get
talk
that.
about the CGI.
But I'm talking about even when I first seen it. Duh. So I have everybody knows, I mentioned it many times. I hate CGI, like, I can't watch sci-fi channel movies
Oh, I love I
unless
see
I
for
have to.
just because 'cause we're on that, just because you just brought it up, I don't mind it. It depends on how good or how bad it is and what the
The
movie is.
the
Like,
CGI is
I'll
so
explain.
bad in them,
Yeah, but
so bad.
that sometimes that's what I love about those type of like a sci-fi movie or some shit, or even like a horror sci-fi, or even like a horror movie, like not necessarily this, but like a horror movie with bad CGI, but it's also usually it's a really bad movie that I just enjoy that has the bad, you know what I mean? We've had those discussions, we've had those films
Like the
that we
three-headed shark and all that shit.
um,
Or gator, where it's like the CGI is so over
yes. Oh, I
bad,
gotta
it's
tell
like,
yo,
"What the fuck?"
speaking of which, me and James have some fun fucking episodes that are still not dropped.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna be going over on the free Patreon tier
Nice.
just to get it going. That's where
Yeah,
Imma put them.
that was a while back. They were
That
fun
was a
ones.
while back, and we still have a list to go, I believe, because we were having a fucking blast with that, which we'll talk
Yeah.
behind the scenes about that, James, because that was fun. I missed that.
But my problem with the CGI in this movie is because now they showed blood when they're getting people were getting shot, and the
Mhm.
bullets hitting the things were bad too. There's certain like the
Yeah.
blood splat. But my big thing that bothered me is the scene when they're trying to get to Alice's what is it? Throne room or whatever the fuck they call it. It's like the main circuit board,
Mhm.
motherboard for the system. That hallway. So there's a security where it will do a beam of laser. So the first one
Oh,
person
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
surprised. Then they came again. They're like, "Oh, I got this." Jumped up, hid from it. But the AI Alice is smart as hell. Made it turn into like a fucking net and just go through. So the problem with that scene, I thought the laser part was cool. I was like, "That's a cool fucking security system, right?" That's like that's fucking insane. It's security. You just murder people, you know. But the problem is when they showed them getting sliced, they showed like a line of blood. The head slides off, or the whole body just like pieces fall off, just drop to the ground. It's like perfectly. Now you can argue maybe the laser when it goes through it, it burnt all the
Yeah.
vessels. Where there's no blood. But come on, the body parts drop. There's no. Oh, by the way, the people have no blood on them. Everybody else with them. Like what the
No
fuck?
blood or
Like
bone or anything. The
they're walking over the fucking body parts and shit. No blood nowhere. And so that part bothered me. That's what I mean about the CGI. Like if you're going to slice someone in half, have fucking like what it really look like it getting sliced in half. Have blood fucking everywhere. Like it don't have to be super gory, but show blood and
have some
fucking
gore to it.
yeah, do something and
James
make
needs
it
some
more
gore to it.
realistic.
He needs some gore
Yeah.
to it. But now, what I was gonna say for me with CGI is like it depends on the which of course it depends on the movie. But like For this and this time, I knew what I was getting myself into watching this movie. Like watching this movie, I watched this movie Tuesday, and like I knew what I was getting myself into as far as the CGI part of it, which I wasn't excited about because I wasn't excited to watch this movie. But after watching it and just remembering these times, I'm like, it fits for these times. It fits perfect for these times, for the most part. For like this budget of film or like this kind of, because there was better visuals then as well, but it, I guess it kind of just fit the tone of the movie for me.
Mm.
Like that, but I guess that also fits into like the 4 because the cinematography was okay in this because of, well, the cinematography wasn't bad in this, but it was just like when they used the CGI and just it was okay. No, actually no, because there was a lot of dark spots in this movie where it
There
felt like
was,
they're just like,
yeah.
it felt like they were recording like on a school stage with no lights on,
Yeah.
like
Some
2 lights,
parts, yeah, dark, yeah.
just like them weird dark parts, but
Like, there's a way to do dark, like, show like, it's dark as hell, but that you can still see everybody clear in our eyes,
mhm.
the viewer's eyes. But
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
oh
like,
yeah.
"Oh, it's dark, so you're gonna hardly see shit."
I feel like this was more bad light and, scene snobs, if you're still here, you could probably attest this better than I can. The dark like, I feel like it was more of bad lighting in the film versus, like, supposed to be a dark scene.
Now,
Like,
I don't know the budget on this movie, like, I forgot who, what studio made it,
see if I can find it.
but I think it was a semi big deal back then.
I mean,
I don't think it's not like I think it was in theaters, right?
oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it wasn't like today's indies are in theaters now. Like, back then, indie movies, like, people are like, "No, we want blockbuster shit only," type situations.
Okay, so
Um,
the first Resident Evil, this is just me, I just hit Google and yeah, I hit Google, and then this is the first thing that popped up for the Wikipedia thing. It says, the budget was 33 million and box office was 103 million.
they made money off it.
So they made almost 70. Well,
Yeah, they made money. I
add
mean,
another
it's
30.
because the game was so popular then too.
Still is though. I mean, especially with I'll say more so maybe with the diehards than how it was back then.
Yeah, but it dies out, like, if a new Resident Evil movie came out now, people would be like, yeah, okay, whatever."
I think people check,
Back then, it was like they made you're like, "They're making Resident Evil, the game, a movie?" People are, like, excited. Same deal with Mortal Kombat. People are like, "Mortal Kombat, what the fuck?" So
hey Google.
I could say that's why, but I believe there was a lot of people that came out who loved the game. So they went and seen it, and they're like, "Motherfuckers," type situation, because it's not exactly like the game. But, what else about this movie? The acting is fine. I like the star, was it, Jovovich?
Mia Malkovich.
Yeah, Malkovich or something like that. And then there's Michelle Rodriguez in it.
Yeah.
No, I actually, the first time I seen her was in this movie. Then the only thing I learned things I seen her in was fucking, Fast and the Furious.
Oh, you love those movies.
No, I hate Fast and Furious. I watched 1 and 2, but then it just started getting crazy ridiculous. I was like, "You don't fuck these movies." I'll watch them if I have to for the pod, but
Same.
I'm not gonna
Same
go
with me
watch
for
Fast
those.
and
And
Furious.
honestly, I feel like this with Resident Evil 1, I'll probably never watch this franchise again, let alone this one.
No,
Just
yeah.
because it wasn't that good to make me wanna come back and watch it, but it's not that bad that I regret watching. But I don't regret watching it. I don't even regret watching Blood Lake, believe it or not, as much as I hate that fucking movie. But you know what I mean, to that point where I was mad, I'm not mad I watched it.
I didn't watch Lost because I got lost in the first fucking 2 episodes and I shut it off. People say go back to it now because it's better, like, it's really good, but when it first came out and I was watching it, I was like, "This shit's boring," and I turned that fucking
For
show
what,
off.
Lost?
Lost, yeah.
I don't think you have the
But
patience for
people
something
said it's
like
good, like, if they go back like, you
yeah.
go back and watch it now, people are like,
Maybe
"Oh,
going back and watching it now, you might give it a different take on it,
maybe,"
but
but I don't know, I can't get myself to do it.
nah,
There's too much other shit out there now that's better.
agreed.
And
Agreed.
stuff coming out soon that I'm gonna be watching again. So Stranger Things last season, uh, 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 like we are talking about the other one. Was it All of Us? or whatever it is.
Oh, The Last of Us?
Camp Crystal Lake would be coming.
Is that that's on hiatus right now.
Is it
But,
again? Jesus
yeah.
Christ. I still gotta finish From season 3. Or is it
Oh,
4?
man.
What season is this?
3, 3.
3. I still gotta finish that. Yep.
What'd you think of the zombies for Resident Evil?
The zombies in it?
Yeah.
It's like it was like basic, like, zombie, you know, like just grab and bite situation.
No, 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 I mean in the movie, what'd you think of them? Like, this was one of the main
I'm
ones
just
right here.
saying, they were
Oh.
fine. They were fine for me. They're just like normal zombies. There was like nothing special to them except for the mutation ones. That mutation dude thing.
Fair, fair.
The other ones were just like regular fucking. I mean, the makeup and everything was okay for the time. It wasn't like because they just freshly died too. Like there's some confusing parts. Like no, well, no, because I that can explain it. Because the other zombie could have bit the dude's chunk of face off. That's why they're like showing pieces of fucking skin off and everything. So they must have got
Yeah.
bit. But there a lot of people were died from the gas, and they were just fine. It was like a regular person walking around.
Oh, shit, you're right.
They tried to make one like it was smart, and it was dragging a fucking axe that never used the axe. It was just dragging it.
I forgot.
So, I was like, "Oh, are they gonna do, fucking these zombies are smart and they can hit you with an axe?" Nah.
See,
Uh,
what about when, remember when the one dude got bit in his leg and Michelle Rodriguez got bit in her hand earlier? She was the first one to get bit.
she got bit multiple times. The first time was the hand, then the shoulder, I think,
And then
or her arm. No, her arm. Someone else got bit in the shoulder.
she doesn't change till like late in the movie. But the one
Yeah,
dude that
her mutation, she got bit multiple times. It was slow as fuck. But one of the people got bit and they turned
and
in
he
like
turned
fucking
right
5
away.
minutes.
He turned right away because yeah, it was probably a couple seconds, a couple minutes though, because they went back to the other scene of the movie. They went back down. He was turned and
Yeah.
attacking her. I'm just like, wow.
Maybe it's
What?
faster. Did he die though? He got bit and like torn up.
Maybe,
So if you die,
maybe.
maybe you turn faster. But when you're still alive, it's like your regular cells are fighting. It's like you got a virus, like a real
Okay,
virus, the T virus. Maybe
we'll
it's like
give
the
it that.
flu and you're fighting it.
We'll give it
Maybe.
that. I
But
don't
the thing
remember.
is, oh, speaking of the fucking about being bit. So the computer system, Alice, codename Alice,
Mhm.
it's an AI program. It's a little girl because it's based off the person who created it. It's daughter that died or some shit. So Alice is like, I wouldn't do that. It's really smart. It's telling the people, like, don't shut me down. I wouldn't do that. You're all gonna die here. They don't listen. They shut down. That's how all the zombies escaped. Other than that, they could have just walked through the whole place because they were all locked in rooms, like sealed.
Mm,
Especially that mutated one. The mutated one was in these fucking metal, like machines that are like they're floating in liquid. But once the
yeah.
power went off, it unlocked and opened up. But what I got from that fucking thing is Alice says to them, it's liquid, it hits, it turns to gas, air, and it gets like a regular virus. You inhale it, you turn. That's
Mhm.
fine because it's cleared now because this happened before they got down there. But she also said, a scratch and a bite, you are infected, you're going to turn one of them. This bitch was already bitten in her hand. You think she was said, oh my God, panicked. She was playing it off like, oh, we're still good. We're all getting out of here. First thing I'm going to do in that group, I'm going to turn like, you're fucked. Because they didn't even know about the fucking the antidote yet.
No, they
So
didn't.
I would have shot her right away. I was like,
This
you're
guy.
lost, bitch. You're not getting me. You're no fuck that. But they just ignored it until later on where they got the fucking antivirus that didn't work. It's probably because they were mutating too long. If you got it right away, it probably works.
Possibly, possibly. Yeah, that's right. I forgot
Except
that.
for that one guy, he got sliced by that mutation thing. He started mutating right away.
Yeah, and
That's because that's
oh,
once it gets fresh blood, that mutation like spreads quick.
goes faster. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and I get like those little parts I didn't mind too much, but I just
noticed these little things like they just told you and you're just ignoring it. It's like, why did you put that in a movie? Just play it
what was
off
the
dumb
point?
like they
What
don't
was the point?
know.
Yeah, well, what was the point of even mentioning it if you're not gonna
Yeah.
go by it
They should
for
make it where they have hope. Like, we're out of here,
mhm.
but then because right there, as soon as they say, "Hey, you're dead because you got scratched or bit." So, I don't know.
Well, they you know what? I get it though. They wanted to build up to the possible hope, which you gotta do because you don't wanna know that right away. But I mean, I love Michelle Rodriguez, but just I'm like, damn, it took her this whole damn movie damn near to mutate, and everybody else that got bit mutated damn near right away.
it was right at the end when they're almost free, they're on the fucking train,
Yep, yep.
and it turns and the one guy had to deal with her while the main star was fucking I keep forgetting what her name is. I always called her Alice for some
That
fucking reason.
that is
Alex?
Alice. No, you're right.
No,
Alice.
Alice is the AI.
Alice is Mia,
The
whatever the hell her
isn't
last
the
name.
AI Alice?
No, I think the AI is
Right.
just AI.
No, because it said it's code name Alice, I swear.
Maybe it's from her because remember she loses her memory when she's back in that area. She lost her memory.
Oh, no, she was a spy. She started remembering it. She wasn't a child or anything, like, it was her father made this. She was, like those people with the guns. She was like a fucking fighting machine type situation.
No, that part I know, but she was into it deeper than that though.
I think it does get deeper because they're running tests on her, like, at the end when she wakes up in Raccoon City, so she was asleep for a while.
She was out.
The whole city went to shit because somehow when they said, Project Nemesis to the guy, they started testing her. They spread the fucking disease. Someone got out, and they'll explain it in the next movie probably. I think they
Yeah.
do. But yeah, but she wakes up and, like, no one around. She's in a shithole. The whole city's fucked. She goes outside, grabs a shotgun, and she cocks the shotgun, like, "Here we go. I'm gonna fuck them all up."
Round
To
2.
build up for the second movie.
Round 2.
Yeah.
But, I don't really
Did
have
you
much
like
more to say.
did you like the train scene with the thing chasing him?
It wasn't bad.
It
I'll give
wasn't
it
bad, but it was kinda I was hoping that she, like, killed it a better way instead of it just dangling in the bottom of the train and she cuts the tongue off and it catches on fire, or she
yeah,
stabs
that
the
was
tongue and traps him. I was like, "Yeah,"
they
because
coulda
that thing
did.
looked because 'cause they're like, "It's a hunting machine." I thought it was gonna be more crazy, like, "That's gonna stop it? The fuck?
Yeah, that
Get out of
was
here."
both these movies had train scenes now that I think about it.
Yeah, they did. Well, the Underworld is like fucking 1-minute train scene.
Hey, listen,
But
they still
there's still
have
trains in both, you're right, that's a
yeah.
connection.
But, yeah, I don't have too much more to say about Resident Evil.
No, not me either. I'm gonna stick with my 5. I
I was
think
gonna say
that's just okay.
I'm gonna stick with my 4, but diving on over to Underworld, which early rating, I'm ready to rate mine already, actually rated already, to be honest
Mhm.
with you. Uh, I'll give it a 5.5
Alright, I'm going with a 6.
because that CGI, man.
The CGI is bad, but this one has, like, in a way, like, better action scenes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like the
With
fight,
good
and I always like movies where it's like, werewolf versus vampire because it
mhm.
reminds me of, the Van Helsing movie.
Okay, that's
When he
fair.
turns into the werewolf and fights Dracula and shit. Um, and I like the story behind it. They made it where here's the backstory where you fill in later on in the movie, they tell you. So the vampires had centuries of fucking vampires. The werewolves used to be their slaves, security to protect them during the day while they're sleeping. So Lucius, the one of the werewolves, fell in love with the Victor, the head vampire dude, one of the head elders, daughter. Victor finds out it's a betrayal because you're trying to mix the species because I guess she got pregnant because a certain trait in their blood, certain not all of them, they're this one family line, the Corvus or something, they have a trait where you could be vampire and werewolf at the same time. You're a
Mhm.
hybrid. And Victor didn't believe that. He like pure blood vampires unless he turns you. Like vampires only. There's no, he don't call them mutts. I don't want mutts in you, basically. So the daughter got pregnant, and because she broke the rules, and it was mainly because she was pregnant, he killed his own daughter in front of the lover of the werewolf, Lucius. So it
Yeah.
started a war. Lucius, all the other werewolves decided to go, fuck you, vampires. And they just started killing each other. So this been going for centuries. Now, oh, I forgot the one dude, Grave. I forgot his name. The one at the head of the house. The asshole was going around. Like, you're my queen.
Oh,
I forgot his name. Slade. No, not Slade.
it wasn't Lucian. Craven.
No, look, was it Craven? Yeah, Craven. There
Craven.
you go. Yeah, because Lucius is the werewolf. So Craven made a deal with Lucius that make believe I killed you because he's trying to get up in power. So he brought the skin of the tattoo of the werewolf saying this is Lucius. They're like, you killed him, congratulations. But then the girl, the main girl in this, fucking finds out that they made a deal. He never killed them. Because he wants power, because the werewolves promised, like, help us kill all the elders. You can have the house and run it, and we'll work together. Even though it was most likely a lie, they're just using him. They're using that dude. But yeah, so there was. I liked how there was a backstory to this.
Yeah.
I like even the story where they take shifts. So the elders, like Marcus, is in there. It was supposed to be his turn for a century. Then he goes to sleep, hibernates. Then Victor is
Yeah.
supposed to come back. But because she woke up Victor early, that was a penalty. She didn't follow the rules. That's like, it's out of order. It's supposed to be Marcus's turn. So Victor was pissed at her.
She woke him up 100 years early. I'd be mad as hell. Like, yo, I had 100 years worth more of sleep. You woke me up.
Especially coming out in this shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? But that one dude, the plan was not to wake none of them. That's why he had the train killed. He wasn't planning on waking none of them. He wanted to rule the house.
Yeah.
But she woke up Victor, and he's like, fuck.
28
I can't
days
remember.
Later. I just Googled it.
Oh, you go. Oh, yeah. That I like that movie.
No, I was saying that's a better CGI.
Yeah, no, I like that one. I didn't mind the CGI in that one.
But yeah, this one did. I feel like it did have a better story overall. I mean, but you know what the easier part was, because this one I wasn't thinking of anything else. I wasn't thinking of an Underworld video game that I grew up on playing. You know what I mean, or watching or whatever. Versus the Resident Evil. So I'll give it that. So I'll give it as shoot Resident Evil a little bit of bail, but just a little bit, because you have the source material. You could have just fucking, easier said than done. I know, but either way, off of that, the CGI, man.
Yeah, CGI.
Them damn werewolves looked fucking terrible. And then when
I seen worse though. I seen worse.
When Homeboy did like the whole, because remember when he was a werewolf at the time because he'd been bitten, but he had the blood to where he could possibly be both. And then the girl bites him later on in the movie. That transformation, like that new look was, oh my god, it was so bad.
It was like he did blackface.
He just put a bunch of makeup on him. It didn't seem like it was coming off in the water more and more.
So that's the point. So instead of turning a full dog, he has the power of werewolf. So it made it more like a vampire body. Like he stayed humanish. Like a human body. He had the jaw teeth, kind of like it was about to go like werewolf, but he had the claws of the werewolf. But he had like the powers of the vampire, the strength and everything. Well, mixed together, werewolves are strong too.
Yeah.
But the only thing they did was made his skin turn black, his eyes black like a demon.
Mm-hmm.
And he was super strong, even though he was still getting his ass kicked, but it was an elder vampire.
Yeah, but
and he had more battle. Because the other one was just a doctor. He didn't fight.
Like Michael? He wasn't not only that, but he wasn't even before he got bit, he was neither one. So he was only like maybe 40 years old versus this dude that's
Yeah,
been around for centuries.
exactly. That did wars and shit. He has
Yeah.
a sword he carries around.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, that's another thing. We find out when the storyline keeps continuing that the main girl, I keep forgetting her name. Not the actress, I mean the character's name. I keep forgetting.
Kate Beckinsale's
Um,
character.
find out that Victor, so her family got slaughtered. Victor
Celine.
told Celine, there you go. Victor told Celine before when she first turned when she was a little girl, the werewolves killed your family. I'll make you immortal so you can get revenge on the werewolves. So she became a werewolf hunting machine.
She was a beast.
But she found out Victor lied. He's the one because he never followed his own rules. He was a hypocrite. He said, leave the, but he used to take a group, him and I don't know if it's the other elders, and he used to go to villages and just kill all the humans to feed.
Mm-hmm.
So she found out that he's the one who killed her family. So at
Yep.
the end, the final battle with Michael, Victor, she joins in and slices his head off with his own sword.
And there was no.
It was a clean cut too. That must be the sharpest sword in the world because she jumped, landed on the other side, and he turned around, still standing like he's about to fight her, and his head just starts sliding off.
Like,
I was like,
she
God
cut him so
damn.
quick he didn't even know he was
Same
his head
type of
didn't even know.
CGI as the Resident Evil, by the way, with the head slice.
Yeah.
It just slid off and just fell.
I mean, these movies are like a year or two apart, so it wasn't gonna get much better, and it did not get much better at all. Better movie.
But
CGI.
of course, there's a love story because she falls in with Michael the first date. She basically met him 2 nights. The first night saving him, talking to him, then going to go save him again the second day. But they
Yeah,
got a
but they
thing.
listen. They went through a lot. Then again, I'll be like, yo, you're bad luck. I gotta get away from you.
Yeah, I
Like
know. Who the
before
hell
I
is
met you, none of this crazy shit was going on in my life. I was
Yeah,
just chilling, minding my own business, doing surgeries and shit. And I'm
true.
fucking half vampire, half werewolf, half
Yep.
lichen. Sorry, lichen, because I call him lichen in this movie.
I believe the second one is better because I think the other elder Marcus gets up and he can
Yeah.
fly and shit. So it's gonna be funny. I know what we're gonna talk about. He's going when he turns into fly and everything. It's gonna remind you of Jeepers Creepers.
Oh shit. This is gonna get interesting. I mean,
Yes,
again, I've seen the
Underworld
Underworld
came back
before,
to sale. Yes,
but I've only seen the first. I've only seen the first. Sorry, not the first. I've only seen it one time all the way through. I've only seen it one time in general.
me
The
too.
the franchise. So
Yeah, I seen all the Resident Evils. And I seen all
never
the
seen.
Underworlds, but it was like a one-time go through.
So it almost, I don't want to say 100%, but it almost feels like going into it blind, even though bits and pieces of Underworld I am picking up and remembering just from the time I did see it a few years back. Shit, man. I'm kind of glad. I will say this. I'm kind of glad doing this thing, and I'm saying this just from the first 2 films because one franchise I've never seen, and then the other one it's kind of cool to just go back, especially one that I've only seen. Like I said, I only seen the one time, so it's like I don't know when or if I'll watch this one again. Maybe if the wife watches it again down the road, but I know from her watching it right now, it'll give her that kind of fix for it. Other than
Yeah,
that, like
but
watching on my
all
own.
Underworlds are definitely better than Resident Evil.
So far, I see, Paul. I'm only on the first one, so I'm just going one for one. I do agree. I'll probably agree for the whole franchise, but I do agree. I think Resident. See, you know what it is with the Resident Evil movie? If it was called anything else, that franchise was called something different. I think it would have got better love because you're not looking at it as a Resident Evil movie. Change the umbrella thing. Change certain things that tie it to Resident Evil. Change that to something else, but call it a completely different movie. Even if it's kind of
Similar.
copying bits and pieces of things, I still
Yeah.
feel like it would have got better love. I really, really do because I don't.
Yeah. The
I'm
hardcore Resident Evil game fans, yeah, hate did not like it.
like I'm sticking with my 4 for it, but but I don't hate it. I'm not mad I watched it. Let's see how I feel by the end of the franchise. Though. Let's see how I feel by
Yeah.
next by next week.
I think part 2 is a little bit better, but then it
I hope
starts
so.
getting cheesy. Like the main
We'll see.
girls, like especially when we get to the part where she has like psychic powers and shit. It's like, the fuck is going on?
We'll
And
see.
there's like a million of them of her. They made duplicates, clones. Oh, you're gonna see it. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be
Yeah,
crazy. But we
but
got a lot. We got a few fun things coming up. I mean, as you know, we're doing the Resident Evil franchise. After Resident Evil, though, the next thing coming up is going to be animated horror. Um, I believe we have a list together, but I don't remember, so I got to go through that. But if not, you guys will. We're gonna.
yeah,
You'll see what we do. We'll have some
it's
fun
gonna
with
be
that.
interesting.
But it'll be interesting, and so I'm really excited to dive into this franchise with you, James, because these franchises, and then to dive into the animated horror because that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be something to
Mm.
really touch up on and kind of just see where they take things, how they take things. I'm telling you right now, I hope we can find some gory shit. I hope we have some gory shit on our list if we did make one. If not, I hope we find some gory shit because
I'm sure there is.
oh, I know there is. I just hope we find it. I know there is because it's oh my god, I always have so much fun with it
Animation don't give a shit. No,
as it shouldn't, as
like
it should.
Invincible. Invincible is one of the goriest fucking shows I ever seen.
I need to go back and watch. I think I only watched the first 2 seasons. I need to get my ass back up to watch that.
The new season's out. The new episode dropped yesterday or today. I didn't mind Van Helsing. I mean, it's not great, but I like the story. I see the thing is, I like vampires and werewolf stuff, like the folklore
Yeah.
and everything. And I liked how Van Helsing was a hunter
Hmm.
of all monsters. A lot of people just thought he was a vampire hunter. No, he hunts Frankenstein, like a lot of these other fucking things.
Yeah.
And the gadgets, like from back then, he has like a fucking crazy crossbow and shit. Like I don't know. I didn't mind. I'm not saying it was like a great movie. Like oh hell yeah. You know I know what's funny? The spoof. Stan Helson, I think it's called.
Stan Housing.
That shit was so fucking ridiculous. You're like, what the fuck?
What is this? Not. I don't.
Did
I
we even
know.
do that?
Did we? I don't think
We
so.
it might have been one that was you and me like a while back.
I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember. I'm not gonna say yes or no because I don't remember. I really don't remember.
I don't
But
remember that.
I'll say maybe. I'll say maybe. I'll say yeah. I'll stick with the maybe. But yeah. So we just we discussed some Resident Evil and some Underworld. And next Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel. Nope, nope. Take that back. Third times, third channel. Resident Evil Apocalypse and Underworld Evolution.
Mm.
Which I'm not gonna say I'm excited to watch, but I'm looking forward. I really am looking forward to it because again, I'm trying my best to separate Resident Evil from the games. I think by each film I'll do better. We'll see
So
though.
what's crazy? So real quick before we leave. So the second one's called Apocalypse, right?
Hmm.
At the end of the first one, they said, "Welcome to the Nemesis Project." Resident Evil 2, I believe it was called Nemesis. Why didn't they
Not
stick with the same title?
oh,
Why didn't they
that's
call
a
it Resident Evil Nemesis?
say.
So whatever. I just noticed these little things. Like if I was in the creative room, I'm like, listen, if we're gonna copy the games and shit, and at the
If
end
I'm
of
the
the fourth
listen,
one,
if I'm in the creative room, I'll say, listen, why don't we go talk? I don't know if they did or not. I'm assuming they didn't. Let's go talk with the developers. Let's go talk with the people who wrote the story for the game, and let's figure out how we can make this into a movie.
I think they do in a way, but they make so many cuts. They
Besides
don't want.
permissions and shit, I don't
They
know.
try to put a little spin on it themselves. They don't
Because
copy the 100% storyline.
I understand you have to kind of make a movie out of the game, so you have to do more than what the game is. I get that, but there's still a
Yeah, because
lot of
it's
the game you
longer.
can put into the film. Yeah. So you should start doing that.
Yeah.
And I just gotta say this, James. People out there that are 21 and older, there is a Reese's peanut butter moonshine
What?
that tastes just damn near just like Reese's.
Damn.
So once you get back on your good foot, James, you know what I mean? Have
Yeah.
a little bit.
I got moonshine.
But
Cherry, I think.
actually, we're gonna be bonding this weekend.
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah.
I had to move that thing so I could see the titles more. I might just move it or shrink it. I might shrink it. Anyway, Moonraker and For Your Eyes Only. I'm gonna say this again. I know I've been saying this on Popcorn and Pints for these past couple episodes. Roger Moore is a way better Bond than Sean Connery, and that dude that played in between. I don't remember his name. Um, I'm having so much fun with these, and I can't wait to see what's next in store for us with those two.
Moonraker, here's the thing, Moonraker, man. Bond in space. Usually you wait till like the 8th movie for that. Like Fast and the Furious, you know.
They're
Oh,
chilling. They're chilling. They're still around. They're good. They'll probably. I think they'll be back for the next theme, or maybe
yeah.
jumping in periodically. But for the most part, they'll be back the next theme.
I think Mick said he retired these franchises, so he didn't want to do them again.
And because we're working on Bond as well, he's hopping on. He's
Yeah,
on
and
there with
he's all
Bond
going in,
slot
all in on Bond, yeah.
for your thighs
For your
only.
thighs only.
But I may try to drag Paul on here one of these Thursdays, if possible, to come hop and talk some shit and have some fun, discuss these movies with us. But we'll see what happens in the near future. But I will tell you guys this. Again, next week, we'll be here. But guess what? We're here for this one. 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 And again, Saturday, we're here for this. Bond over on Popcorn and Pints. Moonraker, for your eyes only. Cannot wait. And again, next Thursday, Resident Evil Apocalypse versus Underworld Revolution. Oh, it's going to be Evolution, not Revolution. Evolution.
Oh yeah, Trevor did mention something about non-horror movies.
Well, don't worry. We'll get him back on one of those
Yeah,
fun ass.
I told him to give me a list. I want to know some of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna. As a matter of fact, I got an idea. I got to talk to Uncle T about this, but I got an idea. But we are gonna wrap this one up. I'm gonna be over on Troy Hill Talks, so make sure you guys go check him out over on on Troy Hill Talks on his YouTube channel. Be over there at 10 o'clock. Paul's gonna be joining us,
What
and
are you
it's gonna be a good
discussing?
time. So I'm gonna wrap this one up a little early tonight. Please check out Horror Source 30. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your horror lovers. Anybody that you know loves horror would love Sturdy. Also, check out Popcorn and Pints every Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Go check out that YouTube channel as well because it is a grand old time over there. Check out the Scene Snobs because they're great. Check out the Video Store Clerks because they're great. And have a great night. Check out Stories from a Bar.